This tool is the gradient mesh that we're going to explore. I have two objects. I'm going to temporarily take this apart. There's a front, which is the front of the cup, and then there's the back of the cup that makes it look like it's kind of 3D, but it's just two different layers that I drew. And so the front layer, I just wanted to make this look a little bit more real. So I'm going to go to Object, Create Gradient Mesh. And I'm going to put in 4 rows, 4 columns, leave the rest. But if I preview it, I have this mesh that's now going over top of it, which is what I'm looking for. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And to use a gradient mesh, I'm interested in this white direct selection tool. So if I click on an anchor, I'm going to change the color so that it's a darker purple. And then I'm going to do that along the bottom to all of these anchors. And you can see that that is not, it was white, so that's not the right, now that's purple, so I know I can change it. It's adding like a dark edge, it's adding some shadowing at the bottom. So I'm doing this to all of these anchors at the bottom. And I might even want to do that along the edge to give some shadowing as if the light's coming from this zone over here. Again, I need to be on an anchor. But you can see it's casting a little bit of a shadow. I can do that in here as well on other. Or I might want to start adding like light. So maybe I want this to be a lighter shade of purple. It looks like there's light bouncing off of this now. So this is giving me a little bit of a look to make this cup look like there's light hitting it and there's some shadowing at the bottom edges. I would want to do that to the black area too to make it look like it's a little lighter in here. So I want to make sure I'm on the back. So I'm going to hide the front part of the cup just to work with the back. And it's already been a gradient mesh, but I might want to start adding some extra points in here. So I'm actually going to add anchor points. And I'm going to go ahead and use my white arrow tool, my direct selection tool, to start giving this a little bit of a different color and lightening it up a little bit. And then when I bring back my front, I have this like 3D, it's like an image that looks a little bit like it has a texture to it or some kind of painting. It's a little bit more on the 3D side, and that's with the gradient mesh. What's fun to search on YouTube is speed modeling with gradient mesh or Illustrator's gradient mesh tool. People just make these super, like they kind of almost trace using gradient mesh an animal and vectorize it with the gradient mesh. They look so real and so awesome by the time that they're done, but it's all done with gradient mesh.